Hi, this is Dr. Sebastian in Huntington Beach. I'm going to show you how a denture tooth is replaced or in an existing denture. And I just want to point out that a lot of times when these teeth break, part of the tooth is still stuck in there. There's no way to fix that. You have to replace the whole tooth. So what you have to do here, in this case, is grind out the acrylic in the back, some of the pink, grind out the whole white part of the existing broken tooth, and you have to leave the face of it alone. Don't touch the face of it. After we get it all ground out, you have to pick a tooth that fits in here. So I've already selected a tooth to use, and the tooth that we're going to use is pretty much the right exact size for the space. I don't know if you can see that this should fit right in that space. So there's no way to use the old tooth. Believe me, I've tried to do things like that. It doesn't work. You end up doing it the right way. So I'm going to show you how to do this. I'm going to grind the back side of this denture. So I've taken out the whole tooth. I'm going to clean it up a little bit more. I'm just cleaning out the inside part of it a little bit more. And now I'm going to see how my new tooth fits in here. This is my new tooth. And it's almost perfect. It's a little bit long, and I'll fix that in a second, but almost perfect. So this is just the new tooth I'm going to use, and I actually like that. So this is the tooth we're going to use. There's no way we could have used the old tooth. This will last for a long time. So I'm going to do next is I'm going to mix my acrylic, and this is my monomer and my polymer. I'm looking for a mixing bowl. Here we go. I'm going to condition the surface of the pink material. I'm going to wet it just to make sure we get a good bond. I'm going to use the polymer. We're going to mix it. Maybe a little bit more. Now I know from experience that if I mix this one really wet, that it'll run everywhere and it'll get on the tooth and it'll be really slippery. So I'm going to try to mix it thick. It's a little bit thick. Let me see how we do. So this repair, I would actually want a little bit on the thick side. Okay, good. And now I got my tooth, the one that I picked previously. And here is my tooth. So I'm just going to hold it in position Make sure I got the right position. And then we're going to let it set. So when I do this, sometimes at the chair, sometimes at the lab, when I come back to the patient, I'll always make sure that the bite is correct. I'll always check the bite. So I have to make sure the tooth is in there straight. And as long as the tooth is in there straight, then I fix the bite. So right now I'm just kind of holding it. We're waiting a few minutes for the initial set, and then I will show you the final finish after we're done. Okay, so this is the tooth that I ground out, and I added some more acrylic, and it actually looks really good. The positioning of the tooth is good. I didn't polish the back of it, I didn't smooth it. I'm going to smooth it for you, and then I'm going to show you how I do it, and then what I would do when I finally would give this denture back to the patient. So first I'm going to grind this back and just smooth it out. So I'm going to grind it right here. All I'm doing is just removing the excess. And just make sure it's smooth as possible. And then here at the office, what I would do is I would actually pumice this or smooth it out, but I'm not going to do that right now. If I was at home and had nothing else that I could, had nothing to, and it was still rough, what I might do is get some fine sandpaper, like some 220 grit sandpaper, and just smooth it out. So this is what replacing a tooth might look like in the office. The last thing I would do before I gave this to the patient is I would adjust the bite. That's actually a very important part here, is adjusting the bite, because if you don't adjust the bite, you might end up breaking this tooth. So that's really important. And if you have any questions about tooth replacement or repair, just call me. Call me at 714-375-0959, or send me an email at info@ddsforu.com.